Hello, welcome to the Draft Talk podcast. We're back for one more episode before this year's NFL draft. Yes, it's just around the corner. Let's dig into it. I'm your host, Brian, and as always, I've got Owen and Stu with me. How are you doing, guys?
Yeah, it's now draft week, what we've all been waiting for. And glad to see you back, Brian. It feels a little bit empty when it's just the two of us. Sorry, Owen, I know you love spending time with me, but it does feel right when there's all three of us here back together again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, nice to have you around, Brian, for one last hurrah for the 2026 cycle. Is it 2027? Yeah, I'm ready for it. It gets to the week and it's like, right, I'm ready for this to be over. I'm ready to speak about where these prospects are actually going to go and move on to the next ones. It feels like you've been going around in circles and circles and circles. But it'd be interesting to do something actually different today, because I think it gets to the week, the consensus starts to happening. I think the mock draft that we're going to do is going to be very different to what anyone else is going to do in the final week of the draft.
Indeed. I was going to say you did an annoyingly good job without me, guys, but yeah, good stuff. So yeah, you'll already know we've done our top fives, we've done our previews, and it is draft week. So yes, let's dive in headfirst into our final mock. We're going to change what we usually do. We're going to try a few trades. We'll see how that goes, and we're going to sort of share the GM capabilities for each team. And yeah, I think we're going to nail it, or we're going to get it absolutely crazy. Find out. But yeah. Up first, we're probably going to get crazy with this, are we, guys? It's the Raiders picking first. Shall we just go?
Yeah, let's just press it and move on.
Yeah, let's do
it. There's no point in having much of a debate about this. We're not going to get crazy at number. The draft really is going to start at number 2 for us. Yeah, I think. Let's.
It is, and I do think it's a good compared to previous drafts. We don't really know. Well, we've got a rough idea it's going to happen soon, but it could still change. It isn't just 1, 2, 3, off we go. So yeah, 2 of the Jets. What do we think?
It seems one or the other, doesn't it? That it's been Arvel Reese for months, and then it's now been David Bailey for what feels like weeks, and it feels like it might be turning back again. We get to this point where you're a few days out where it's kind of reverts back to what everyone thought originally. I would lean Arvel Reese here. I don't know if you guys agree.
I think so. I guess it depends on how much influence voices have in the room, and a new general manager, David Bailey, I feel is a bit more of a gamble than Arvel Reese, if I'm honest, because he is for me he's a pure speed rusher. Arvel Reese, I think they want him to be the teams will want him to be an edge rusher, but he does have a fallback.
Yeah, exactly.
If he doesn't work as an edge rusher, or it's not the plan isn't going so quickly, you can play him at that off-ball linebacker spot.
Yeah.
So I think I would edge Reese at this stage for me.
Yeah. Does the fact that they cancelled Bailey's visit make any difference to you?
You could look at it two ways.
Yeah.
You can look at it, they're so confident they're going to pick him, they don't need to visit him because they want to use it on other ones.
Stupid thing to do.
He's stupid.
Or
they're so confident they're not going to pick him, they don't want to bring this guy in with the hopes he's going to get picked at number 2 and 4 days later go, nah, you're not coming to us.
Yeah.
Which I think is probably more likely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. If you're going to pick him, then you have to spend every moment you can with him. So yeah. Let's go. Well, we'll go Arvel Reese then. I agree. It certainly feels like it's leaning back in that direction.
Arvel Reese 2, which leads us to pick number 3 with the Arizona Cardinals. Now this is where the intrigue really starts.
Yeah.
I think this is where the wee-woo trade alarms start going off, isn't it? This is where we could see something happening coming across the screen at the bottom. The trade has happened. There's a lot of noise about them wanting to trade out, but our team's wanting to trade in for it. That's the thing. There is, I think. I think there's a market for it.
Yeah, I think there's a bunch of teams who will want to move up. The question is, will they want to give up what it will cost to move up? And I think that in this draft, there could be a slight discount on teams wanting to move up, where it won't necessarily cost what maybe it has done in previous years. But then also, it is going to be, as we move through this, going to be teams going, well, if you're only going to offer me a late third round pick, then I'll just stick where I am and I'll take the player because I don't want to take that. So it's really difficult, I think, with Arizona, because I really think there's no doubt they want to move out this pick, they do. But if someone wants to move up, who are they moving up for? Because who are you trying to get ahead of in that? So Kansas City is the trendy one at the moment, isn't it? But who are they moving up for? They are apparently really interested in an offensive tackle, which I get. But who are you wanting to move in front of for the offensive tackle? Probably Cleveland. So can we wait? And there's rumours that they want out as well. Or do they move up for Bailey? And that feels a little bit rich there as well, because it just depends what it costs as well, right? You're given. Is it going to cost you both of your first round picks?
I think it will. I think Arizona will want that.
For the Chiefs,
because if they don't move, I have a feeling they'll just sit and pick Jeremiah Love. There seems to be a lot of smoke around that at the moment.
It does, yeah.
But do they want teams to jump up and take Jeremiah? I don't think teams are going to trade up for Jeremiah Love. I don't think. Into 3. Does anyone want to get ahead of the Giants for Sonny Styles would be my other question, because I think that is a pick that they might look at, that they want to pick him if they really, really want Sonny Styles. But I don't know if the Cowboys are the ones that you think might want that.
If they don't do it, though. I keep saying
they won't.
Brian, you can maybe touch on this. There's been Todd McShay, Mel Kiper and Dane Brugler all had them trading up to 6 on the same day. Yes, they have that ammunition, but it's not something we wait around every year thinking this is the Cowboys are going to be aggressive, and then they just aren't.
They just pick off the board, and then it's like, yeah.
I honestly think there's more chance of them like trying to move out of 20 than there is of them going up.
I just think there's always so much.
Yeah, because it's the
Cowboys. With the Cowboys, so much smoke and there's very little fire very often. So, if we depend on who's there at 6, I'd definitely. If I was the Cowboys, I'd be picking up the phone to see, because I think the gap. Well, we'll see how it plays out, shall we? I don't know if they go all the way to 3, because they do need.
The teams that are likely to want to jump.
Need a number of players.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, the teams that are likely want to jump up. There is a little bit of a gap, unless the team that they just don't have the capital to do it is Washington would want to get ahead of New York and get Sonny Styles, but they just have no draft capital at all. So I think we could write them off.
Yeah.
The Saints, I can't see them trading up. I don't think that they really need to, because their needs, they could get where they are.
Yeah.
And then you're thinking further, Kansas City is probably the highest team that's going to want to come up.
Yeah.
Possibly for something.
And then that will put Arizona in the range that they want to be. The problem is, do Kansas City sit there and think, right, I want to give 9 and 29 to move up to 3, when they've got a bunch of needs for a team that are meant to be challenging you? There's all sorts that they need to do to fill out their roster that they really could do with that pick. But could you get away with giving 9 and 40 and keep 29? Possibly, if Arizona are that desperate to get out, you could maybe do it for the second rounder. But again,
and then that gives them ammunition to come back in at the first round again.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they've got, what was it, 34?
Yeah, so they've got 34.
If they wanted to come back in the first round, they might be able to do that with taking 9 and 40.
Yeah, 9 and 40 would be a slight overpay. You could get a pick 104 back or something like that to level out the exact value number. But I think that's probably what you're looking at. I think if Arizona say they want pick 9 and 29, then Kansas City just go, we're not paying that. We'll just stay where we are. Because again, I go back to, do I want to give pick 40 to guarantee I'm going to get Maui Noah or Fano? Because you could look at the Giants, Cleveland, or maybe someone else looking to move up ahead of you. So do you pay pick 40 to make sure you've got the offensive lineman that you want?
I think it's worth it, because the offensive linemen men are going to go, and they're going to go quickly. Yeah. And there's quite a steep drop off after the top 6, 7 offensive tackles.
Yes.
They're going to go. I think they're a group that we've got to really watch out for. That I think are going to go, and they're going to go quickly.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of teams want them.
Yeah. No,
so
totally
for me, if I was Kansas City, I think it's worth 40 to give that up.
Yeah. Just to guarantee it, because it could be that you get the second one on your board anyway without giving it up, or you
get stuck in your likes of the Giants have a need. Do they draft a tackle at then and wait for someone at 10?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Well,
but
that's
Cleveland.
Do you wait
Cleveland
and think we'll have a look and see if we can do a deal with the Giants at 5, where instead of 40, you're probably giving up 74 instead? Do you know what I would love? And I don't think it's how it's going to play out. But if it was 9 and 40, and instead of an offensive lineman, we're going for Carnell Tate, I'd be all over that. But I don't think that's what's in play.
Yeah, you just love wide receivers, though.
Well, no, it's because we're talking there's 7 offensive linemen. I'm guaranteed to get one. Whereas if I stay at 9 and I really want a wide receiver, there's no guarantee with the Jordan Tyson stuff that's going on. There's no guarantee you're going to get one.
Would you not then just try and trade something to Washington, who are desperate for picks?
Yeah. You could do. You could do,
but
also the Giants and Cleveland could also go receiver, and it's the same as they could go offensive lineman, right?
Yeah,
it's really tough. What are we going to land on? Do we?
We're way past our 8 minutes for our pick here, are we not?
Well, yeah, I tweeted this out earlier actually, that this is a problem that you're gonna have to have kind of gentleman agreements to do this, because with 8 minutes.
And there's only 3 of us, and our jobs don't depend on this. We just do this for fun, and we're still.
You're going to have the details fleshed out beforehand. You're going to have if we're interested.
If this happens, we want to do this.
Yeah, you can't afford to be spending 2 or 3 minutes of that hashing it out on the phones. So yeah, and I do wonder, we're playing out a trade scenario here. I do wonder whether that ends up putting some teams off. It gets to a point where you think we don't have an agreement.
Got the time
yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I wonder if maybe later on that comes into play. But I suppose what we're thinking, if you're Arizona, yes, you want to move out. If you're Kansas City, do you want to give up 40 to move up to 3?
I would.
4?
I think 40's, yeah.
I'm forcing it through then.
Because you have that second first rounder.
Yes, you keep 29, yeah. And then you've got a third, you've got 74.
For me, I would, if you have your heart set on one of these, probably 2 offensive linemen to play your right tackle spot, because they have struggled in the tackle spots. Even though they drafted a tackle last year, they still have a tackle need.
Yeah.
I would happily do it.
Yeah, we're doing it.
Now
then.
we've got to pick.
We're doing it.
We've got to pick which player it is now, though.
It sounds like it's Fano.
Yeah, he seems to be the clubhouse leader at the moment. Will we go with that?
Let's do it.
I think so. Yeah, we're going. KC have moved up to 3, and Spencer Fano is their new right tackle.
Titans at 4.
Oh.
We do what everyone else is doing. Jeremiah Love.
We're not trading every pick. Come on, this will take.
No, we're not. No,
we'll be here till draft night.
It's whether it's Love or Bailey, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they have a massive need at receiver, and they have a massive need on the offensive line as well.
Yeah.
But it doesn't sound like that's what they're going to do.
Yeah,
and I think that they could possibly address some of that later on if they needed to. But if it was me, I would be really looking at those positions. But
yeah, no, I agree.
I think it's going to be Jeremiah. I suppose Robert Saleh, defense with a speed rusher. They've taken in Jermaine Johnson. Would he push for a defensive player?
They've just got nothing on the defensive line apart from like Jeffrey Simmons. They've got John Franklin, but in terms of pass rush, they really don't offer anything.
Jermaine Johnson, but he's not been as healthy as you would like.
Yeah. You're not hanging your hat on that, right? But I personally would be, if it was me, I would be going Bailey, but I think it's Love. I think if Love isn't 3, then he's 4.
Yeah, I would agree. Let's go on. Let's do it.
Yeah. Let's do it. Yeah. Now the Giants are 5, a first of 2 early first round picks. What would the Giants do?
I tell you, if it's not Sonny Styles, he's not making it past 7.
Yeah,
Because the Washington Commanders will pick him.
yeah, I
Mm.
agree. I
So
think
if a team really, really wanted him and the Giants weren't that fussed, but who's going to come up?
yeah, and
Like,
it's
would you
always
just not pick the really good player?
and there will be teams that stick by the positional value that I'm not giving up picks for a
Mhm.
linebacker. Yeah, and there will be teams that think that we'll just wait and see how it plays out. I think if KC hadn't traded up to 3, that they would be in play here. I don't think anyone who's wanting to move up here ahead of Cleveland, because we've already had the team move ahead of Cleveland for the offensive lineman. So I would probably lean Styles here, although I do think if they were offered something, the Giants would entertain, and that would maybe happen at 10, entertain moving back, because they don't have a 3rd rounder, and I think they would like to have some additional day 2 picks.
Yeah, I mean, Styles, the run defense, it was rubbish last year.
Yeah.
He will help with that. They've now lost Dexter Lawrence as well, and they've got to fill a hole there somewhere. He helps at that. Yes, they could do with a wide receiver as well, but I think they can wait for somebody.
Yeah.
Because they're not looking for a guy to be their A1 receiver, because they have that. He's still in Malik Neighbors, so they're looking for a nice complementary 2. So, do you do that on 5? Probably not.
Yeah, and do we play down as well that this is a statement pick for the Giants, who new regime? How often do we see it when a new regime come in and that first pick is this is an identity.
This is who we are.
Yeah. So I think Styles does make a lot of sense in that way. I wonder whether they do they double down on defense, or do they look and go, we'll get one of those statements on offense and defense. Yeah, I think if it plays out like this, no one's willing to trade up. We'll take in Styles. Happy?
Yep.
Yeah.
Happy. It's done. It's done.
Styles.
Which leaves the Cleveland Browns at pick 6. Team we liked. Apparently wants to trade down, but we shall see. Would someone trade up here? I think, yeah. David Bailey, I would.
Yeah, Bailey's
Absolutely.
still on the board. Yeah, true.
It's
Downs. I think Downs will be dragged down a bit because he's a safety.
Yeah.
I think there's 3 options for Cleveland here. Take the trade, Carnell Tate, or whichever offensive lineman on the board they like most.
It has to be the offensive lineman, because if you want an offensive lineman, there's a chance you're not going to get one at 24. It has to be offensive line.
Yeah. If they say, you're talking about your Cowboys, if they traded to 12, they still could get an offensive lineman, I think.
Yeah.
At 12.
Yeah.
And there's been linked a lot with Caden Proctor. That's been, and I think he would be there at 12. I can't see him going before that. So if that's in the thinking,
I don't think the Cowboys are there for moving up. I might be completely wrong.
No.
I just don't. I do not feel it at all.
Who else has got the other team? I guess has got capital is Miami. And
Miami
do they make a
and the
statement
Jets
with a new regime?
Yeah. Yes.
But who's the statement pick?
Probably Mansell Delane. Could it be Bailey? To be fair, could it be Bailey?
Yeah, Bailey's a pretty.
Yeah, and they have a massive need at corner.
Yeah,
but they pick in 30. I think you can do something there.
Yeah.
And bump yourself up a little bit if this because I think there will be some corners in that middle to lower range. You have the opportunity to trade again because they've got that waft of 3rd rounders.
Yeah.
They could be a bit of dealing somewhere again. But
I think they would have to really love a guy to be able to do it. And you're going we'll give up a 3rd to jump some of these guys. So if that was going to happen, I would maybe lean Carnell Tate, just because you're getting ahead of Washington and New Orleans, who could be taking.
I think Miami being a man. I think they're so. Yeah, the receiving core is.
Yeah.
Awful.
Yes. But, yeah.
And they need to help Malik Willis if they really want to give him a good shot.
Yeah.
But their defense is horrible as well with the cornerback situation. offensive linemen, I don't think that they could do with an offensive lineman as well, but they're okay at the tackles. What they could get by with Patrick Paul and Austin Jackson for another year with Austin Jackson in that positions.
Mm-hmm. So is this maybe a situation where it's maybe looking at the Jets here,
That's a
looking
big
to move
jump,
up, and then it could be Miami looking at number 7 instead, because with the receiver going off the board with the Jets moving up, Washington could then potentially look at Bailey, or they could look at Delane, and then that's Miami moving up to make sure that they get ahead of New Orleans, who could take Delane.
I think Washington would be happy to trade back now that Styles is off the board. If Styles was on the board, there's no chance they're shifting that pick. I think that would be skipping to the podium. But now he's gone, they are a place. So are we going to stick and pick for Cleveland? Is what we're saying.
Yeah, I think that's a fun thing because everyone else is trading out. So
yeah, or I would lean, if you were Cleveland, do you take 16, 44, and
shrapnel
16? Would you take 16 and 44 for 6?
That doesn't seem like a lot.
But
then I think it might be.
Yeah, because then you think they still really need an offensive lineman, and who's going to be
throwing something next year? Jets have got hundreds of picks, haven't they?
Yeah, I don't think.
But
they want to keep everything for next year.
Yeah.
So if the Jets are coming up, it's for Carnell Tate, yeah.
It has to be, yeah. Or if it's Miami, you're looking at pick 11 and 75, maybe.
I think Cleveland stick and pick their offensive lineman.
I think you'd stick. Yeah. I think the deal that's thrown out for the Cowboys, I think, is it 6 and 39 for 12 and 20. Kind of makes sense numbers wise. And I would do it the Cowboys day, and I would pick Bailey, but I don't think they will.
Yeah.
Because you don't. I think the Browns are falling back to 12. Offensive line, you're probably okay.
Yeah.
Receiver Tate's not there, but you'll get someone. Whereas I think if you go in much too far and not getting, and again you're back at 20, so there'll be options for both.
If I'm the Cleveland Browns, I try not be too cute and just pick Francis Marigoa.
Yeah. No,
after all that discussion.
But that's these are decisions that teams are going to have to make, right? Because there'll be an option there. I'm sure there'll be teams that will go say to Cleveland, look, this is the package, take it or lump it, and they'll go, well, no, we'll lump it and we'll take it. So all we've done there is we're playing out scenarios here, right? Could they move out on draft night? Highly likely, but I think I agree that we wouldn't do it, so we'll take Maui Noah.
There we go. Now here come the Commanders, pick 7.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we play out the exact same scenario which we just had, right? But here, Washington have a more of a dire need to move out simply because of the picks they have. I've picked 7, 71, and that's it. The next pick after that is 147. So,
or do you just go start it and pick Carnell Tate because you need a receiver for Jaden Daniels?
Yeah, but if I move back with the Jets
or
with the Dolphins, I could also get
Bailey, best player.
Yeah. What's it going to cost? Well, it's going to cost the same as what we just said, right?
I think if it was Miami and they really wanted Mansur Delane, the Saints might be a bit of a worry.
Yeah.
If they really had the heart set on that, that's the guy we want to have as identity piece on our back 7.
Yeah, it's so quiet around the Saints that we really don't know what they're going to do, right? So it could be the Jets thinking they'll take if Carnell Tate's on the board, they're taking Carnell Tate, and so or it could be the Dolphins thinking it's going to be Mansur Delane, and we'll look to move up. It really would be a matter of who's going to offer them the most. And is that worth missing out on David Bailey over? Like, would you take 16 and 44 from the Jets?
It's just thinking, what are the needs? And what
I think as well, if you fall that far back, you're basically waving goodbye to a, first round graded player, aren't you?
You'll get a receiver.
I don't know. Yeah, but I don't think it'll be. Yeah, true. But probably defensively, you're saying goodbye to all the Downs, Delane, Bailey. If you have McCoy there, then they'll all be, well, maybe not McCoy, but the creme de la creme of the defensive class, the guys that you can pick now, long gone.
Are we siding on picking or trading? Are we leaning trade?
I think of the teams that are likely, the Washington Commanders have so little draft capital, and they've got a lot of players who are on, they've got an older kind of players. They've had stopgaps, for a year or two. They've got a good quarterback. They need to start building around that a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think trading's not a bad thing for them. Now that they say that Sonny Styles is not there, they may see this as an opportunity. Okay, let's build out the rest of the roster around what's going on.
Yeah. So do you take pick 11 and 75 from Miami, or do you take 16, 44 and give pick 147 and 7 back? And that gets you to
do 11 just because you're not falling that far back, and you're still going to get.
Yeah, but there's a difference between a third rounder and a second rounder.
Yeah, true.
Because the Jets won't care about it because they've already got a second rounder anyway at 33.
Yeah.
So they're not. So they still have that second round pick as well if they even give that one up. Let's do the Jets, I think.
Yeah, on the trade calculator that gives it too much. Whereas pick 16 and 44 for 7 and 147 is 1 point off being exact, an exact match on the trade for the Jets.
I think let's do that.
Yeah.
The Dolphins.
They can be interested, but they can be like, no, that's going to be too much, and we've got lots of needs, and we'll try and fill it out. And we've got pick 30 to work with anyway. We could even look if someone's around later on. That's it, right? We're forcing that through. Jets have moved up.
Jets are on the clock.
Carnell Tate.
All day
Done and dusted.
Okay.
Yeah, what a great draft that would be from the Jets.
And they've still got the first pick of the second round to go.
Yeah. New Orleans.
Carnell Tate was losing it. Yeah, New Orleans picking at 8. David Bailey?
I think so.
I think they'd be for joy.
I've not got much to say on that one. I think if he's there, go for it.
Yeah. There's
unless
players I would
really wants him and is willing to sort of. But I think they're more than happy there, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, there's players you'd be looking at taking ahead. Are they interested in Jordan?
Yeah, considering we were talking about taking him 2.
Yeah.
To get him at 8.
Yeah.
Good job. Back to the Cardinals now at 9. Yes. After trading with the Chiefs before.
So they've ended up missing out on the top 2 tackles in their trade back, which was always in play for them, but they did get capital back to attack in the second round. Would it be Monroe Freeland or would it be Caden Proctor?
I'd be interested in Caleb Downs.
Ooh. Okay, that's not something that had crossed my mind at all.
Because he is such a good player. And the Cardinals are not a great team. A defensive leader on the field, there, staring them in the face. I know they have needs at offensive line, but are those offensive linemen good enough to miss out on someone like Caleb Downs? Discuss. It's just
no, not in my mind, but
yeah, I know
that
it would be sorely tempting because they need an identity of some description somewhere.
Yeah, and the changes that they've made in terms of the head coach coming in and things like that, do they lean offense instead? I don't. I think we've got to go offensive line.
I think offensive line, and just think like we said before, the next backup at 34 now. They're not getting one of the top guys there, are they? I totally agree. Caleb Downs is phenomenal, but and one of these things they may well live to regret it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess the question is who.
There's a lot of buzz around Caden Proctor at the moment, but I do wonder whether, because it's on the right side that they mainly need someone. So
yeah, they've got Paris Johnson thrown up on the left.
Yeah, so I think I'm probably more tempted to go Monroe Freeling, because you do have to sometimes question where the noise is coming from, right? You hear all these names being thrown about, they could potentially go top 10. They've all got fantastic agents, let's be honest with you, and all these people that are spouting all this stuff out on ESPN or NFL Network or wherever else, they're all connected to agents, and then that's that all comes into it as well as other teams putting out noises and asking questions.
Or do you waive the Caleb Downs prospect and someone in front of New York and trade back a little bit again and still get a tackle? Because the Giants will be very interested in Downs, I think.
Yes.
But do you give up anything to go jump them to be for a safety is the other question. Again, I'm throwing lots of spanners in there.
No, because who's going to do it? Who's going to do it? Apart from Miami? And I don't.
Yeah, and if they don't get him, they'll just go, okay, we'll take Mansur Delane anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So no, I think I don't think there'll be anything offered there.
Is that who we're going for? Monroe Freeling, you think?
I would, not with any conviction, I'll be honest, but he feels like probably the next guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Monroe Freeling.
Yep.
Go for it.
I don't think if you're a sort of franchise and you're not too sure what to do in the draft, I think if you could get a good offensive lineman, it's a smart thing to do. It's not the sexiest thing to do, but there we go. 10. It's a Giants.
Ooh.
Again. They picked up Sonny Styles before, but they doubled down on Ohio State defenders.
I think that's the option, or I like the idea of Jordan Tyson with Malik Neighbors as a 1-2 punch.
Yeah. I'll go back
build
to
around Jackson Dart and give him another weapon, and you put something in place in the defense. I would be tempted with
Are
that.
we buying the noise completely on the Jordan Tyson hype train?
Yeah. I'm buying it. I'm
like, all right, isn't
I just wonder whether he's had his week and this week he'll start falling back to kind of mid-teens again like he always was.
No, I don't know. I think he's very polarizing. I think he'll not be for some teams at all.
Yeah,
they'll be like not interested if he's on the board. There's some teams who'll be very. It's just which will those teams be?
Yeah,
there'll be some teams go, we're getting a real top talent. We can work with the issues that there's been around various things.
Yeah. John Harbaugh making the picks. What does he want at this pick? He's got Styles. Does he want to double down and go, we've got our offensive identity for the next however many years if we take Caleb Downs? Do you go Jordan Tyson just to try and help out your quarterback? Or do you look at the offensive line because he keeps saying that the offensive line is a work in progress. Could they be a Ioane team? Go Styles is our identity on defense.
Ioane is on offense.
This is what we're going to be. Yeah, so that's what we're going to be on defense, and this is what we're going to be on offense. We're building through the trenches.
If they were going to pick any offensive lineman, I think that's who it would be, because they have the left tackle, Andrew Thomas. They've really liked Illuminar and re-signed him.
Yeah.
At right tackle. It would be at guard.
Yeah.
If they're looking at somebody, and he is the only guard that you're picking this high in this.
Yes.
In this range anywhere. Thinking with the Harbaugh head, Ioane is not a bad shout, I think. They've gone, we're going to run the ball. We're going to shift people around. We're going to look after a quarterback.
Yeah.
But do you pass on those other two players?
What do you think with you go Styles and Downs? It's great, and it's a great story, and it can be your identity. But I think you've got your, new defensive leader. You need to spread the talent. You know what I mean? And safety, linebacker, different positions, but the same sort of area-ish of the field. It's not like it's a
And when's the Giants' next pick?
They actually don't have a load on day 2. So the Giants pick again at 37 and then not again until 105.
My thoughts are you could get a guard at 37.
Mm-hmm.
You're not getting this quality receiver at 10. Oh, I don't know. Thank God we're not doing 2 rounds of this. Be here all night.
I did tell you. Stu wanted the 2-rounder with trades.
Yeah. You'd have to be starting to be like, oh no.
Downs or Ioane?
I really want to go Jordan Dyson.
Okay, I'll go with you. I'll run with you. I'll give you this one. If you want Tyson, we'll go Tyson.
Yeah, let's do. I think
give me Jordan Tyson.
Yeah, okay.
I'm getting a guard at 37.
Okay. Going Tyson.
And it's not just because I want to pick Caleb Downs next.
Yeah, of course not.
Because I would rather have the corner.
Okay, you going Mansell Delane?
Yes. For for me, what is more valuable to your team is, do you have a lockdown corner or a safety who can do a lot? And I still think wide receiver and shutting down a team's premier wide receiver is really, really important. And I think Mansell Delane gives you that ability.
Okay.
Downs can do an awful lot of really good stuff. But Mansell Delane could potentially shut down a number 1 wide receiver, and that's where I think the value is.
Okay.
For Miami.
That's fine.
The cornerback room is horrendous.
Yeah, every room's horrendous, Stu. We know it.
Right? Well, it's really horrendous.
Okay. Mansell Delane.
Oh, you're giving me that one? Okay. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'm not going to argue with
2 in a row you've had now, Stu.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not getting any more.
I'm assuming we can move fairly quickly on this one as well.
Yeah, we'll take Downs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not Bain.
Done.
Not Bain.
No. I
Downs.
think Downs. I think it's a discussion.
I think Bain's. I do think Bain's in play if someone like Delane or if Delane and Downs are off the board, then I think Bain certainly.
I think. Yeah.
Rams. This is so difficult. The Rams. I'm not. What do they need to start with? I'm not convinced that Mackay Lemon is their type of receiver. Like, can I?
I think they would be happy to leave receiver for just now.
Yeah, like, can I get Jeremy Bernard in the 2nd or the 3rd instead of Mackay Lemon?
Yeah, you can. I've a couple here that I think that could be in play. Uwani, they could go him, but I don't think the other one, Kenyon Sadiq.
Yeah.
They love tight ends.
Yeah.
They play 3 tight end sets a lot, and he gives them something very different from the tight ends that they have.
Yeah, and although they have a lot of tight ends, you have to think a year as well that that a lot of them are out of contract in a year's time, and then you've got Terence Ferguson and Kenyon Sadiq.
Yeah. That's where I'm think they're what's the best players left on the board at the moment. They've got a really good defensive line, and young. They've tried to address the corners this off season. Wide receiver, I think they'll be happy to take later on. They've re-signed their safeties, I think. Linebacker, you're not taking this early.
I think Thienemann's in the conversation here.
Possibly. Okay, Sadiq or Thienemann, is that the options?
Yeah, I think so. You need someone who's going to make an immediate impact on your team. Because you could go right tackle to give yourself some insurance, but
yeah, I think they really like McClendon did all right last year.
Yeah,
he was okay.
It gives you some security. Yeah,
and Sadiq also, if you get totally wiped out at receiver, you feel a lot better if you've got Sadiq.
Yeah, I do wonder maybe if a team wanted to jump up and get the offensive lineman ahead of Baltimore, who we're assuming could be in the mix there. A team like Detroit comes to mind, but they don't have the ammunition to be able to pull off a trade.
Eagles, but they're probably too far.
It's probably do they wait a couple?
And do you want, as the Rams, to trade with the Eagles of potential contenders in the same conference? I wouldn't want to do them a favor.
No,
unless I was getting something really good and back.
Well, yeah, I mean, you'll be able to get something that, knowing that it's probably for an offensive lineman. I don't think you're conceding too much. It's not like it's within division. But what would it to 13? It's gonna pick 68, basically.
Yeah, I'm not convinced they'll jump that high. I think they'll. Again, I think I think it's between Thienemann and Sadiq in pick.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy to take Sadiq. I think because again, I don't think anyone's going to trade up for a tight end, but it could be someone. Is it Baltimore? Is it Sadiq? Is it an offensive lineman? So yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy to go Sadiq. He feels like he could make an immediate impact on that team. So yeah, I'm happy to go Sadiq here.
Yeah, I think they want something that's going to be immediate because they're still in a win now window. I think because they were close last year.
Yeah,
and they were a really good football team, and they just had a bit of an off day in the playoffs. I think it was.
Yeah.
They were really close.
Yeah. It's like we're going. Yeah, Sadiq.
Boom. Ravens at 14.
Ioane?
I think if I was thinking of who, it's one of these teams. There's not many. Who is a Raven?
Yeah.
And I think Ioane.
Yeah.
And I think Ruben Bain.
Yeah.
Is the two players in play for me that are on the board at the moment. And it's a bit what do they cover in value most at this precise time for the Ravens? They wanted an edge rusher.
Yeah,
they almost had one.
Mm-hmm.
They said they were wanting two. I'm not sure I believe that.
Yeah,
but Bain.
Don't mind it.
Bain.
A lot of. Could he play a bit inside as well? That's a bit of a need, maybe.
The Ravens are a team that just pick up value when it's presented to them.
Mm.
Who presents the most value in terms of who's the best player, Bain or Ioane?
It's close for
Do you
me.
think?
Yeah. I think Bain has been bashed down a little bit from what he actually is. I think he's a really good pass rusher. But Ioane's good.
Yeah. We're taking Ioane.
Go with Ioane.
We're
Go on
taking
then.
Ioane.
I'll give you that one.
I'm having that one. We're going Ioane.
I'll concede that one.
If nothing else, it makes this pick a little bit easier.
Yep.
Yeah,
Fucking is 15.
Bain's going now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would snap your hand off. They need a pass rusher.
Yeah.
I don't think that's out of the question that.
No, I don't think so either.
We started off Ruben Bain potentially around the top 10, then got elevated a bit, and now he's kind of worked his way back to being kind of that 10 to 15 range. It doesn't sound like he's a top 10 player right now. And I think that the Bucks would be absolutely landed if that happened.
Yeah, if that's just kind of fallen into lap, that's kind of almost the dream scenario, really, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're such a difficult team to read if one of those edge rushers don't fall there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Commanders back on the board after their trade with the Jets. Is this a receiver?
Right.
Would Mackay Lemon be their kind of guy, or Omar Cooper Jr.? I would think they would go Cooper over Lemon. I wouldn't, but for Washington, I think that would be more their type of guy they would be interested in. Bit bigger, more physical, good after the catch. What do you think?
Mackay Lemon could just catch everything underneath from Jaden Daniels,
and
who's extending plays.
I just don't feel like he feels like he would be the type of player. I don't know. I don't know why. Because he's a bit smaller and.
Yeah, but they don't mind that. Their room's not exactly. They obviously got McLaurin, Traylon Burks, Jalen Lane, De'Ami Brown. It feels like they could do with a bit of grit over the middle.
Something different, yeah. Mackay Lemon's as tough as hell for the size of him.
Yeah. Should we go Mackay Lemon?
Okay, yeah. I would be a toss up between the two for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you've got more conviction on Lemon, I'm happy to go with that.
Yeah. I've certainly got conviction on an offensive
Detroit
lineman
Lions
here.
Picking 17.
So I think a tackle.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of when they're going to switch Penny Sewell over to the left side, I think. Because he's been played the right side since he's exclusively got there.
But if you took Proctor, you could play him at left tackle.
You could.
And I think they would really like Proctor.
I was going to say Blake Miller.
Okay, yeah. Well, that would be the other one. Yeah, that would be the other one I would say.
Move Sewell to the left and play Blake Miller on the right.
Okay.
I think is in play. Proctor has kind of drifted in and out, hasn't he? He was drifting out of first round, and he's drifting back up again.
Yeah.
Has he drifted too far the other way? And does he fall somewhere in the middle of that two extremes he's been at? I think that's probably more likely.
Yeah.
Blake Miller's really experienced. He's played a lot of football. Dan Campbell, likes to do his own. They like to do their own thing, and it's difficult to know because they sometimes just pick people who's highest on the board.
Yes.
And regardless of what anyone else thinks.
Proctor. Or do you have conviction that it would be Miller over Proctor?
I think so. In he would be comfortable on the right side, and there is a lot of talk that Sewell's going to move to the left, and Proctor, as he's been mostly on the left.
Yes.
And I think he would. I just get a feeling he'd be a more difficult player to convert than moving Sewell and leaving someone on the right.
You just leave Sewell on the right.
Yeah. I think it's leave Blake Miller for just now, and we'll get him in somewhere quickly.
Yeah, Proctor. We've gone Proctor.
Sure it is.
He just feels like he could be a Lions type player. Yeah, Vikings.
Biting kneecaps. Don't do that much anymore.
McCoy or Thieneman? Is this where the Jamon McCoy starts being spoken about?
Yeah, I think
don't
so.
let the Vikings take another corner. And
I know.
It happens too much of the
curse of the Vikings.
I think Thieneman goes ahead of McCoy, so I'm happy to take Thieneman.
I think they have a need there as well.
Yeah,
and without being, there's first round corners every year.
Mm-hmm.
There's not first round safeties every year.
Yeah,
and they have a big need. Harrison Phillips. Harrison Smith is.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want Harrison Phillips playing as a safety. Is not going to be around forever. He's been the stalwart at the back end of the defense for. Is he coming back for another year? I don't think it's really been decided 100% yet, but they have a need there long term anyway. And Thieneman has had a really good draft process, and I think that feels about right.
Yeah.
Smack in the middle of the first round.
Yeah. Dylan Thieneman to the Vikings.
Oh, lovely stuff. 19, it's Panthers.
This could be offensive line, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked Sadiq. He's always my go-to in this situation. He's obviously off the board. They've gone wide receiver the last couple of drafts in the first round. Do they make it 3 in a row?
Yeah. They've not ruled it out, but
no, but
they've been asked that question.
It feels a little bit unlikely, doesn't it?
Yeah, they've got their clear number one receiver now. They don't need to panic and get another receiver in the first round for me.
Yeah.
If they want to get complementary receivers to Ted McMillan, great. But do they need to do that in the first round?
Mm-hmm.
Possibly not.
So, are we thinking maybe a right tackle? Or could we look at edge? Maybe like Keldrick Falk?
I like Falk, but he looks like he's going to go out.
It does.
There's a lot of there's edge rushers I like more than Falk, but they're not going to go as high as that.
Yeah,
he's the one who's going to go in that possible range.
Yeah.
Tackle wise, if we've got Blake Miller, there's Ian Atcher.
Yeah, it'd be there. Yeah, I feel like Loam's going to go a bit later than this.
Yeah, that I've got, but yeah, I'd agree. I would rather take a tackle than I would Falk.
Okay. Miller?
And Blake Miller is the more ready tackle, where I think Ian Atcher has a lot of upside.
Yeah.
That's what you're kind of balancing at the moment. Let's give them a bit of stability. Blake Miller, I think, would be the safer pick at the moment. Giving Bryce Young a bit of protection. He's in a fifth-year option year. Make him as good a situation as you can this year, I think.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Ian Atcher is maybe one for future years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, no, I'm happy with that. Blake Miller.
Nice. Cowboys at 20.
Who do you want, Brian?
I don't know. I'd quite happily trade back here, but I don't think anyone's bothered about trading up to 20, are they?
Yeah, I think so. I think there would be. I think you could have up to 4 teams calling to move up here.
Yeah, now that the tackle market's getting really
the phone.
Yeah, exactly. that could be.
Because there really is only Iheanacho and Lomu left.
And look at that, like whether it's Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, Chicago, San Francisco, Houston, they could all pick tackle.
Houston might start getting a little bit nervous, I think, because they have turned over their offensive line again.
Yeah, how long can they keep doing it for?
They can't keep doing it. They've got Ursari's turned out an awful lot better than I perhaps thought he might, and so they've got one piece.
Yeah,
the rest of it is on prove it.
Yeah. So for Houston to move up, for pick 20, you'd get back 28.59, and you'd have to give them 112 in return. So in effect, Dallas get a second round pick back. Because no one cares about 112 anyway.
28. Yeah. That. Yeah, I'm not doing with the Eagles or the 49ers.
For obvious reasons, you're not going to do them.
Yeah.
The Eagles. Yeah.
So yeah, either. And the Texans is like a little sort of step brother we don't really care about. So, I do that.
I think so. I would lean towards that as well. Or could it be Arizona looking to move up ahead of Pittsburgh for Ty Simpson, just in case? Or we're talking too early for that trade back up?
Yeah, because the Pittsburgh Steelers don't know what's happening with.
It feels unlikely, but do Arizona go, just in case, we'll give you 34 and 65 and be done with it?
I think you can afford to wait in that. Is Ty Simpson so not miss?
Mm-hmm. That's fine.
If someone else gets him, you go, oh, we would have quite liked to have him, but you're not like, oh my God, we've not got Ty Simpson, our franchise.
Yeah. If you like him that much, you take him free. Yeah. No, I know what you mean. Do you want to do the Houston trade?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's.
You happy with that?
Yeah. So.
Which one's it for? Which team should probably have a think about that before they do the trade? To be fair, wouldn't advocate doing the trade up before thinking about the player you're moving up for. Are we need Iheanacho or Lomu?
I really like Iheanacho's upside, and I think that Houston has.
You can afford to let
Houston has a little bit of credit. They've got a little bit of currency in the bank. I think D'Amico Ryans is not on a hot seat just yet, and I suspect Stroud will be there they'll probably do a contract with him shortly and tie him down for a little bit longer as well. Although he hasn't been nearly as good as his rookie year. I don't think they're going to let him get out of the building either.
Yep.
So allowing that partnership to grow a little bit, with a bit more of a settled offensive line, that sets you with two young tackles as well, with upside and athleticism. I would be tempted to go him over Lomu.
Yep. I'm happy with that.
Yep.
Iheanacho to the Texans.
Simpson time, or is it?
No, I don't think so. It was just a conversation of if there's a little inkling in the head that they could, then there's potential. But the Houston offer's better anyway, so that's why you take that.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, this could be Lomu.
If they don't like Broderick Jones enough, do they want to move on? They have gone offensive line quite often and early recently.
Mm-hmm.
They've gone with him, and they've gone with he's playing right. He's playing guard.
Played for Washington. Fano, Troy.
And they've Zach Fraser's in that offensive line as well. He's been a really good acquisition.
How about Concepcion?
I was about to just say receiver, but I hadn't made my mind up yet about what conversation we were going to have about that. He gives them a really different element than what they have with DK Metcalf and who else? Michael Pittman. Yeah. So they've got the big two guys on the outside, contested catch, down the field speed. He's that really quick underneath yards after catch ability. Mike McCarthy probably would quite like an offensive piece.
Or could they be the team that could deal with McCoy? They've got Joey Porter Jr., Asante Samuel.
Yeah, it depends how comfortable they are with it. I think that they're on like his organization as a whole who can keep things very low key, and you don't, the drama from Pittsburgh happens once they leave, doesn't it? It's all contained pretty. And that's not saying Jamar McCoy's any dramatic. There's nothing to say that he's going to be a problematic player, but they always seem very low key. There's not a lot of noise goes around them so much, and they still have Jalen Ramsey there as well.
Yeah,
to fill in if they needed it. Carnell Tate is probably going to play a lot of safety, I think.
And I could get a receiver at 53.
Jamon McCoy is a really good player if he's fit. Really good.
Should we go McCoy?
And he tested very well. Yeah, that's a good shout.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go. Jamon McCoy. Let's get him off
feels
the board.
right, and it feels an okay range as well. It's less of a risk than taking him at like 9 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dodgers, pick 23.
Falk.
I would take Zion Young above Falk, but I don't know if the Chargers would.
Yeah. Falk's really good against the run. High upside. Can continue learning behind Khalil Mack as well.
Yeah, and they have Tui Pelotu on the other side. So he doesn't have to be an immediate starter on every down. They can rotate him in when they feel they need to. I think that's a position.
Yeah.
And the chatter, around Falk is that teams are back in love with him again. That they don't think teams fell out of love with him at all. It's just a lot of media because he was.
Unless it's Messidor.
Oh, Messidor's still. Yeah, Messidor. He's still on the board. Scrap Falk, Messidor. I forgot he was still on the board. Because so used to him going to the Buccaneers in every mock draft under the sun. I forgot he was still on the board. No, Akeem Messidor all day long. I think he's a far better player than Kendrick Falk.
Let's go Akeem Messidor then.
Up next, it's the Eagles, pick 23. Maybe they'd like Messidor, but he's not there.
No, but
they go Falk.
They go Falk.
Yeah, he's got they have traditionally liked wave after wave of defensive linemen. Constantly rotating guys in and out of that rotation, and they seem to have a good knack of doing it and moving guys on at the right time, and they've got the next man up.
Yeah.
And he's not going to have to play immediately.
Yeah.
Full time, and in a couple of years you'll be seeing him starting regularly, I guess.
Yeah.
That's the kind of way they seem to run the program. So I'm quite happy with that one.
Yeah, going Falk. Yes, ideal for the Browns because there's a bunch of receivers still on the board for them without them having to use any capital to move back up for one.
Yeah, we've still got Concepcion, Omar Cooper.
It feels like Cooper's probably going to go. I do think teams are like Concepcion, but he is smaller.
Yeah, I think when the Browns specifically will be looking for a receiver to handle quite a load, I think.
Yeah.
And I don't think Concepcion's a guy you want to be funneling a lot of targets through. Yes, you want him to get the ball in his hands and be explosive and whatnot, but I don't want you want to funnel everything through him. Cooper, I think, can do that a bit more.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm happy that's Cooper.
So I think that would be a nice pick for the Browns. They've got Omar Cooper Jr. from Indiana as their second pick in the first round.
Mm-hmm. The Bears, picking 25.
Funny team to pick for.
I mean, this could well be Lomu. It could also be Zion Young or TJ Parker?
Mm-hmm.
Remember, they're left tackles. No, Braxton Jones.
Yeah, I mean he's
going to be filling in, isn't he? As
yeah, he's filled in for a lot of years. they've never managed to dislodge him. But
Who's the guy that they drafted from Boston College who had the horrible injury?
Ozzy Trapilo.
Trapilo, yeah. So he's obviously he would be the starter.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how far away he is from back playing. And do they just say, okay, we've got him in the bag, we'll ride with Braxton Jones until he's ready to play again?
Mm-hmm.
They could really do with some interior defensive line, but I just think it's a bit early.
Yeah.
For that,
I think I would lean edge.
I think for them, I would like TJ Parker.
Yeah, I agree.
Opposite. Who did they trade from the Eagle? No.
They've got Montez Sweat there. And
Montez Sweat. Yeah. God, I could not remember.
And Ode Ingo on the other side.
Yeah, I would quite like TJ Parker in that mix. I think.
Yeah.
For them, I think that would be quite a long edge player. Mm-hmm. Just give him a bit of juice on the outside, can set the edge reasonably well in a division that's going to run the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, I quite fancy TJ Parker there.
Yep.
We got another team that might want an edge. It's the Buffalo Bills picking 26.
I think they'd also want a receiver, to be honest. Concepcion screaming at me.
Buffalo Bills.
Concepcion, or I'm not convinced that Zion Young is going in the first round. I have to say.
Buffalo.
One second.
Oh, Buffalo Bills. What can I do to make them worse? Thinking, what can I do to make the Buffalo Bills worse? Because that's
realistic.
Yeah. Just trying to think what kind of needs they have. Their offensive line, interior, maybe something, but I think it's a bit early for that. They could do a pass rush. I mean, they signed Bradley Chubb, who is definitely not the Bradley Chubb of old.
No.
I do wonder about Emmanuel McNeil-Warren. They've got CJ Gardner-Johnson, who can't stay on a team for more than 5 minutes without causing some sort of disagreement. And
ruckus, yeah.
DeMar Hamlin is okay. Bless him, he's had his health issues that he's not had to seek as well. I would be interested to hear Owine's take on that.
Sorry, guys.
No, you're all right. And the other guys they've got are kind of fill-in guys. I was just talking about Emmanuel McNeil-Warren for Buffalo. As was just going through there. They've got, as I said, they've got CJ Gardner-Johnson, who could cause a fight in a phone booth with himself and doesn't stay in teams very long. And they've got Jordan Poyer's about 300 years old, and Taylor Rapp's kind of dotted around. Just when the board hasn't really fallen for them the way they would want it to, I wonder if that could be actually he's a bit of could be a tone setter for us in the defense. Just a thought.
Yeah, no, I like it. My only real concern, it's not over the pick really, is that I do think Concepcion's going to end up going earlier than this. I'm trying to find where I can squeeze him in.
Yeah, I know it's difficult, isn't it? When there's players you just want to get in there.
Yeah, but I also think. Yeah, I think EMW is also going to go. But yeah, is he going above? I don't think the value's there for edge with Buffalo at this moment. Like there is edges on the board, which whether that's Young or Malachi Lawrence, but I mean, what are their picks?
Yeah,
I mean, they don't pick again until 91.
Yeah, I think they can get by receiver with what they have, in that they've got DJ Moore. Khalil Shakir's been all right. You know, he's been a decent receiver, and they do have tight ends they can throw the ball to as well. Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox. You know, so they're not completely. And then they've got also James Cook out of the backfield, who's a reasonably good pass catching back as well.
I'm we'll go McNeil one.
Yeah, cool. I quite like that one.
I'm not sure if I was Buffalo, I would be particularly happy that they only pick in the top 90 as a safety.
Yeah,
but that's just.
I think it's just the way the board's fallen for them.
Yeah,
and just get a good player.
Yeah.
The 49ers pick 27.
Lomu.
In behind Trent Williams, go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was a nice quick one.
Yeah, that's the floor for him.
Back with the Cowboys, pick 28. Very down from 20. I think this opens it up a little bit because he picked up that second round pick. It still has to be defense, but it maybe doesn't have to be. Well, it gives them a bit more options.
Corners.
I was going to say I like the idea of Chris Johnson.
Yeah,
I'm hearing a lot about Chris. Yeah, he looks good.
It's just when you thought that's what they need. It's kind of hitting the range that I think he'd be the next man up for me now, having gone back and looked at things in a little bit more detail, and just kind of what's coming out. I think he's the most likely to go next of the corners. Would you be happy with the corner?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'd be happy. The only other thought would be, I think linebacker you probably get a nice. You need a star really. You could get that in round 2. I don't know if you could at edge, but I think I like look at Parker, but he's gone.
What pick did they get back? What pick did they get back in that trade 59. For the second round?
59.
Yeah, the edge rushes are the better ones are probably a bit out of your reach at 59. But do you? Would you take that over a corner?
But yeah, Lucky News is able here. I don't think the edges are. I'm quite happy with Chris Johnson. I'd be more than happy with that, and I think the Cowboys would too.
Yeah,
I like getting him in the first round.
Yeah, Chris Johnson.
Yeah, let's do that. And here are the Chiefs.
Again,
they would have liked Chris Johnson.
Yeah,
I forgot. It's been so long. Who did we pick for the Chiefs first? It's so long.
Fano.
Fano.
Yeah, they were pick number 3. God almighty, that seems like a week ago.
Yes, they need a corner, but should we give them a wide receiver?
I know you want to.
You want to give Conception.
Actually,
because
I don't know whether that's more of the same for them.
They've got that explosive speed guys, and they've got Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy. Yeah, I wouldn't go Conception for the Chiefs, but I don't know you want to get him off the board. But
yeah, I think that would be. I'd lean more Boston.
I just don't think he's going in the first round.
You know,
I don't know.
So they.
I think he's going to go early. I think he'll be early day 2, but would he go? I wouldn't argue.
Yeah.
Or
I understand.
We can't have the Chiefs trade him with the Cardinals again, can we? This where they pop back into the first round and go, we want that 5th-year option.
I just don't think.
I think the Chiefs have got too much to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I mean, Boston would be more the type of receiver I'd be trying to get for them over Concepcion, but also, given the trades, they won't pick again until 74. Has the corner run happened at that point?
I think the best corners have gone.
But
they've been happy to take corners late before and develop.
Yeah, and Spagnuolo just finds a way of doing it. So, I mean, you could look at the edges. Because I think whether that's Young, Malachi Lawrence.
Because they've got Karlaftis, who's that bigger, heavier-handed type of edge. Do they look for someone with a bit more?
Yeah, they don't have anything
burst
else.
And speed.
Yeah, Ashton Gelati, they drafted last year or the year before.
Yeah,
and DQ's almost really not done very much. Let's be completely honest.
Yeah, you forget about him, don't you? That he was even
Mhm.
drafted by them at the back end of a first round. Would someone like a bit of Malachi Lawrence has got that kind of speed and burst.
Mhm. He's got
My
the
UCF Knights guy. Let's go for him. Get
Yeah.
one of my team in.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah, we could do that.
Lawrence.
Looking over your team, it's the Miami Dolphins again. Picking 30. We got Delane, so their cornerback room is looking a bit nicer.
Let's get your man in a line.
Boston.
Concepcion.
That's not his man. Boston's his man.
Yeah, Boston's my guy in this draft. If you go, you can pick one player. I love Denzel Boston. I think he's much better than he's given credit for. And he's probably the big body guy, big weapon that the Dolphins need.
I'm not.
Does the profile of Concepcion add?
I don't think that
he's a much better player than anyone else, but you know.
I don't think they're going to pick a wide receiver in round 1. They've come from that Green Bay tree where they find receivers later on, and I wonder, just because they've done it somewhere else, it doesn't mean they're necessarily going to do it here as well. But could they find value in maybe bumping up a little bit into day 2 for somebody who's a solid receiver? What they need everything,
exactly,
to be honest.
They've got plenty of picks.
They've got no pass rush.
Day 3.
Because
that's
Chop Robinson. Chop Robinson can do one. I'm fed up with Chop Robinson. I didn't like him when they picked him. He was, he's not going to change my mind on that. They need pass rush to build.
But my worry, I think we go Concepcion. My worry is that there's not a lot of height in that room.
No, there isn't.
But Concepcion,
he can get the ball in his
exciting.
hand and make things happen.
He is exciting.
He can get the ball in his hand and make things happen, and it would make defense. between him and Achan, it gives them. I know they've tried the speed method already.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's exactly what I'm
fallen on it, but it does give you something more to think about. Go Concepcion. Let's get him in the first round.
Yeah.
The Patriots pick 31. Apparently they are trading for AJ Brown, but not till later on.
Yeah, so we can probably, even though receivers are a massive need, you can probably take it off the board.
Yeah.
Edge is a need, but is this the Ty Simpson spot in terms of is this where Arizona look to jump back in?
I thought it was this. One or the next one.
Do you do it now?
Just because it gives you a bit of a buffer if they...
And because of the divisional thing with the Seahawks.
Oh, God, yeah, I never thought of that. I was like, they'll just trade for the Seahawks because, didn't even... Divisional things was gone at mid. Yeah, Seahawks aren't probably... Well, we do see divisional trades. It happens.
Yeah, but for a quarterback?
Let's flip it. Let's flip them out. It gives the Patriots a little bit more time to assess the board and think what they're going to do on day 2. It gives them just that little bit of... Sometimes a team's just like a little bit of breathing space as well, because what's the difference they're going to pick at 30 and 34?
Well,
what players is going to be massively different? It's not.
Yeah.
And the quality, and it just gives them that time to not panic a pick, because there's lots of players off the board. You can give yourself a little bit of time, and it makes sense from the Cardinals to just give themselves that 5th-year option if it works out well. It gives them that bit of time.
You're not really getting a whole lot of value in return, I have to say, for pick 31.
Yeah.
You're getting 34 and you're going to get pick 104, but you're probably going to have to give pick 131 or 170 back.
But as I say, you're getting your night's sleep on it, which I think is actually quite important. Because you get, okay, let's take stock of what's available rather than going, okay, we've got to make a pick in the next 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, like I said before, we weren't sure who they'd want there. If you're not really sure, it makes sense to take a bit more time. So
should we force it through?
Yeah.
Here we go. Welcome back, the Cardinals.
Cardinals back up.
Talk about you so much today. Pick 31.
Ty Simpson.
Ty
Ty
Simpson
Simpson. Yeah.
Let's go.
made
Here
his
we
way to
go.
Pittsburgh to go on the stage in the end.
Only just. Round us off. Pick 32 to Seahawks. What do they fancy?
Edge or corner is where I would lead.
Mm-hmm.
CC.
That's early for CC. I'd much prefer Hood over CC in this spot.
Yeah, I personally like Colton
yeah, but
better.
yeah, I know what you mean. Is CC just McDonald type of guy?
Mm-hmm.
Or would they?
I think he's more the type that Seattle would like.
Mm-hmm. But also, is this Zion Young?
Yeah, because they've lost Boye Maffey, haven't they, this year as an edge rusher? He's gone to Cincinnati.
Yeah, and they like their waves of pass rushers.
Yeah, I think they can. They're another team that can find corners later on. They've been good at that. Yeah, okay, yeah. So I'm happy with that because I really like Zion Young.
Yeah,
and I think that he's worthy of going in the first round.
Okay,
let's go with him. Let's put him in. On to round 2 now. No, I'm joking.
There we go. That's good.
Someone will have to run through that because I can't remember who we've picked anywhere. As long as someone who better have kept track of that.
You can watch the YouTube video back, you'll be able to see.
Okay, fine.
Times 2 speed.
Yeah, it's there somewhere, isn't it? There we go. All wraps up. Any final thoughts before we call it a day for this year's draft, guys?
Enjoy it is what I would say. That there really hasn't been any consensus throughout this. The last couple of drafts, to be honest, have been really weird in terms of the consensus on the first round. It could get crazy with trades as we've explored there. It also might not, but it will be really fun because just the discussion itself could lead us anywhere. So yeah, I don't think anyone's going to get this first round right, and I think it actually could be one of the most entertaining we've seen.
Oh yeah, I'm just going to have to make sure that I wake up Owen on time from his power nap this year so that he doesn't miss anything. See, he's rolling his eyes already, because the picks will be interesting early, so you'll have to be up on time.
I will set my alarm.
Indeed. Oh yeah, always right. Enjoy it. I think even if there aren't many trains, I still think there's that much unknown. It's going to be fun anyway. So bring it on, bring on the crazy. I've got one more thing to say, and that's thank Owen and Stu for all their phenomenal hard work, for being good pals too. But yeah, that's it for another season of the Draft Talk podcast. We'll do something after the draft. We don't know when. We need time to decompress. And Owen's already looking forward to next year.
Yeah,
crazy man.
2027 mock draft.
Thank you for listening.
Up and coming.
He'll be doing that at the train on the way home on Saturday.
Yeah. Already half done, I think. But yeah, there we go. Thank you very much for listening, liking, subscribing, etc. We'll see you around the bend. Thank you.